I hope you enjoy this video, and thank you for watching. We all know that feeling, the hair on the back of your neck standing on end, a chill down your spine. You get this gut feeling that something isn't right, and then in the rear view mirror you see it. A car that has been trailing you for some time appears to have taken the same exit as you. Now it pulls over. What do you do? Do you keep driving? Do you call the police? Or do you start to plan your escape route, assuming the worst? Because whatever comes next, it will come fast. This is the story of the killer in the backseat, a modern urban legend that still echoes with terrifying clarity. But how true is it? Let's find out. Welcome back to my channel. I'm your host. And today, Eline's be diving into the depths of one of the most unnerving urban legends of our time. Like the hitchhiker in the passenger seat, alligators playing Dungeons and Dragons, and alligators playing D&D. If you want to hear more creepy tales and terrifying theories, hit that subscribe button. And if you've already subscribed, you are amazing. So thank you. First, let's talk about the legend itself. The killer in the backseat is a tale that preys on one of our deepest fears, the fear of the unknown, the fear of what might be lurking in the shadows just out of sight. Imagine this: you've had a long day, the sun is setting, and the cool evening air is a welcome change after a sweltering summer day. You turn on the radio, your favorite song comes on, and you start to relax. But a prickle of unease runs down your spine. Something isn't right. And then you feel it, the feeling that you're being watched. You glance at the rear view mirror and see that the road behind you seems unusually dark. When you slow down to check for other cars, the taillights of the car behind you seem to glow an eerie red in the darkness. Your heart begins to race. What do? Maybe you pull into a well-lit gas station. Maybe you call a friend. Maybe you lock your doors and roll up your windows. Whatever you do, you're hoping that the feeling will pass. But then you see the same car pull into the gas station. Slowly, surely, whatever lurks in the backseat steps out. This is the crux of the killer in the backseat myth. The terror of realizing that you've been followed. The mounting dread as the moment of truth approaches. And then when you finally confront your stalker, it's often too late. The story of the killer in the backseat has many variations, but the core elements remain constant. There's always a lone driver, usually a woman, who finds herself being stalked by an unseen assailant. The driver may be followed for miles, even after pulling into a seemingly safe place like a gas station or a well-lit convenience store. But the predator is always waiting, ready to strike when the time is right. But where did this tale come from? This modern urban legend is believed to have originated in the early days of drive-in movies. Back then, drive-ins were all the rage. Families would pack a picnic basket, bring their chairs, and settle into their cars to watch the latest Hollywood offering on the big screen. But the experience wasn't always as wholesome as it sounds. According to legend, these drive-in movie nights were also a popular spot for would-be predators. Men would prowl the rows of cars, keeping an eye out for easy targets. Once they found one, they would hide in the back seat and wait for the unsuspecting driver to leave the premises. When the coast was clear, they would strike, stealing the car and its contents or worse. One of the earliest known versions of the killer in the backseat story was published in Reader's Digest in 1956. It tells the tale of a woman who picked up a hitchhiker and then had to defend herself against him and he revealed a knife and tried to force himself on her. Although the story took place in a car, the setting was never specified, leaving room for the imagination to fill in the blanks. Over the years, similar stories started appearing in newspapers across the United States. Each tale added a new layer to the legend, expanding its reach and solidifying its place in American folklore. But despite the widespread nature of this story, very few people can actually claim to have witnessed it firsthand. It's a story that lives in the realm of possibility, a nightmare that could become reality. For those who believe in the killer in the back seat, the fear is palpable, almost tangible. It's the kind of fear that keeps you constantly scanning the rear-view mirror, checking to see if the car behind you is following too closely. They say that ignorance is bliss, but in this case, knowledge is power. If you are aware of this urban legend, you are less likely to fall prey to it. By understanding the psychology behind the story, you can better protect yourself. So what should you do if you find yourself in this terrifying situation? Firstly, trust your instincts. If you get a bad feeling about a particular car or driver, take action. Don't just dismiss it as paranoia. Speed up, change lanes, or pull over to a safe location. Secondly, pay attention to your surroundings. Be aware of the cars around you and the road conditions. If you notice a car following you, try to ascertain whether they're just another driver on the road or something more sinister. Thirdly, take proactive measures. If you feel you're being stalked, don't hesitate to contact the authorities. Most importantly, remember that you're not alone. Reach out to friends or family, share your location, and keep them informed. In an emergency, don't hesitate to call the police. But the truth is, the killer in the back seat may not be a physical entity at all. It could be a figment of our collective imagination, a manifestation of our deepest fears. After all, it's much easier to believe in a monster under the bed than the monster in the mirror. We live in a time where privacy is a luxury and intrusion is commonplace. Every time we log on to social media, we open ourselves up to unsolicited advice, judgmental comments, and unwanted interactions. It's no wonder we've created a monster that reflects our fears of invasion and violation. The killer in the back seat is a cautionary tale, a lesson in awareness and preparedness. It reminds us that danger can lurk in the most unexpected places and that we must be vigilant at all times. But it also reflects our anxieties about control, privacy, and the erosion of boundaries. In a world where privacy is becoming increasingly scarce, the killer in the back seat serves as a warning. It urges us to protect our personal space, to set boundaries, and to stand up against intrusion. When we tell this story, we are not just passing on a scary tale. We are sharing a part of ourselves, our fears, our expectations, and our vulnerabilities. We are creating a community of shared experience, binding us together through our common humanity. The Killer in the Back Seat is a story that has endured because it speaks to our deepest fears, the fear of the unknown, the fear of what lies in the shadows. But it's also a story that gives us a sense of community and belonging, reminding us that we are not alone in our fears and that we have the power to overcome them. If you enjoyed this video, be sure to leave us a thumbs up and share it with your friends. Your support means everything to us. Also, don't forget to subscribe for more captivating videos like this one. Thanks for watching.